Swimming is one of the most refreshing and stimulating activities out there. It's said that it's one of the most complete exercises as it builds strength and cardio abilities at the same time. But swimming doesn't have to be all exercise and discipline. It's in fact a very fun thing to do, especially when there's a cool pool out there where you can just relax and forget about the everyday stress. I'm sure there's actually a pool very close to where you live, and you're probably counting down the days until the summer hits so you can jump in the water and have some fun. Well, today we're going to be looking at 10 of the most unusual pools in the world. You're going to realize that not all pools are like the ones near your house, and some can be quite crazy. And just wait till you see what I have at the top of this list. This pool is so unusual that I'm still wondering how someone came up with the idea to build this one, and also how they built it. With all that said and done, let's begin, shall we? Number 10. Icon BRICKWELL Viceroy. Sounding a lot like a Star Wars character, when it comes to pools, one of our main worries is possibly regarding the amount of people that might be going there at the same time that we are. It's definitely not enjoyable to be in a space full of water surrounded by a bunch of possibly dirty strangers. However, that's not something we need to worry about at the Icon BRICKWELL Viceroy. This unusual pool, located in downtown Miami, is the longest pool in the entire United States. It actually covers a length beyond the size of 3 city blocks, so it would really take a very large group of people to overcrowd a pool as big as this one. There are even some dining tables where people can come and enjoy a meal while having their feet refreshed in the water. I guess it's safe to assume that you can find your own secluded spot in the middle of this massive pool, or at least somewhere. Number 9. The Bade Schiff, Germany. Next on our list, I have a very unusual pool in Germany that is called the Bade Schiff. This one is a pool inside a river in Berlin. The word Bade Schiff literally translates into a bathing ship, and that pretty much explains what this pool actually is. This swimming spot was built out of a shipping container and was put at the East Harbor section of the River Spree. Keep in mind that the Spree is a very nasty river where no one would ever want to swim. But where there's a will, there is a way. So if Germans want to go for a swim, they can surely do so. Even when it comes to nasty rivers, they can always find a way to make things work. The pool opens from as early as 8 in the morning and closes at midnight. But why on earth would you want to stay in the water after sunset? Well, once the sun is down, you can participate in some table tennis, table football, or check out their bar and enjoy the music from some DJs that are there to make it a very fun night. At that point, you'll forget that you're in the middle of a dirty river. And don't think the fun is limited only to summertime. You can also visit during the winter and enjoy saunas, which they make available during that cold time of the year. In fact, you don't even have to worry about strong winds at night. Staff always make sure to cover the top of the pool so everyone who's swimming can stay warm and have fun. It seems like they really thought this one through, and there's no excuse to avoid having a swim at this fun spot. Number 8. UBUD Hanging Gardens, Indonesia. Remember that one movie, or book if you're an avid reader, called Eat, Pray, and Love? If so, you probably have Bali as one of the top destinations you want to check out, unless of course you already did. The paradisal island of the gods is something out of this world, and a single trip to this destination can fill you with many life-changing experiences. One of them is a swim at the UBUD Hanging Gardens, a luxurious and very green resort located right in the heart of the island in the village of UBUD. Get lost in the jungle views from the edge of the infinity pool at the top of the resort, or enjoy a refreshing swim at the lower grounds, surrounded by the traditional Bali rice fields. It'll only be you and nature, and it'll surely feel like you're in a paradisal scene out of this world. Number 7. The Underground ZODIAC Pool, India. Do you believe in the Zodiac, or do you even know what your Zodiac sign is? Well, here's a pool that has the 12 signs of the Zodiac painted as mosaics at the bottom of it. This definitely adds an eerie and dreamy feeling to the swimming experience. You can find this serene pool at the luxurious Ume Bawan Palace, which was previously a private residence, but it's now a fancy hotel. The place was built back in 1943 and in the northern part of India, and it took the work of 3,500 people in 15 years to be completed. At one point, this place was the largest private residence in the world, having more than 300 rooms for all the guests of the royalty. Today, you can check yourself in as a hotel guest and visit the underground Zodiac pool. Just a dip in its waters will surely make you feel like you're part of an Indian royal family. In fact, a part of this hotel still belongs to the royal family who built it, so don't be surprised if you find yourself swimming next to the royalty. Just act cool and you'll be fine. Number 6. CROCOSAURUS Cove, Australia. In case you didn't know, I'm here to tell you that some of the biggest and scariest animals alive today are in Australia. But what do you do when you have a scary animal near you? Could it be that you run away? Well, that's not the case if you're an Australian. They're so used to these animals that it doesn't surprise me they've built a pool like the one I'm about to show you. It's called the CROCOSAURUS Cove and it's located in Darwin, Australia. This place allows you to jump in what's called the Cage of Death and swim right next to crocodiles that are at least 3 times your size. Don't worry though, the Cage of Death is actually a thick acrylic tube that separates you from these scary predators. But still, I'm sure it's quite an intensive experience to see these guys showing off their long jaws. Other activities at these exotic spots include taking pictures with baby crocodiles and a freshwater aquarium that I'm sure you're going to want to visit. I guess you can't expect anything less from Australia. Number 5. The Library Blood Red Pool, Thailand. How would you feel about swimming in red waters? Gross, disgusted, excited? I'm sure I would have to think about it twice before jumping in is all I'm gonna say. However, some people in Thailand thought it would be a good idea to have a red water pool, so they built one in the library resort on the island of Koh Samui. They accomplished a red hue by using yellow, orange, and red tiles to make their pool's water look red, aiming for a look different to everyone else's. I'm sure not many hotels around would like to compromise the comfort of their blue and turquoise water pools for a very scary and unnerving red one. Some of the people who have visited this pool claim it's been an eerie and even creepy experience. Nonetheless, Koh Samui is one of the most prestigious destinations in southern Thailand, so swimming in a redwater pool can only be fun and relaxing when you have one of the best beaches in the world right by your side. Number 4. Homestead Crater, USA. Next on our list is a pool that's been 10,000 years in the making. You can only expect this from a genuine work of nature, and you can find it within the Homestead Resort in Utah. This breathtaking crater has a geothermal spring covered by a 16-meter-tall limestone rock. It formed after melted snow descended from the Wasatch Mountains and seeped deep within the earth. 3 kilometers underneath the surface, the water heated as it made contact with the Earth's interior. After some time, this water came back up full of minerals that then turned into this volcano-shaped formation that we now call the crater. Accessing the crater is actually quite simple, as the resort's management built a tunnel that brings you right to the middle of it all, without having to rappel all the way from the top at least. Once you're in, you can enjoy the tour of the crater, do some snorkeling, or even take a yoga class on a paddleboard. You can also opt for doing some scuba diving, which by the way is the only warm scuba diving in the whole continental USA. Number 3. Beer Pool, Austria. What can be more rewarding after a long hike than a refreshing swim in a pool? Well, a pool full of beer, I suppose. Yes, that's right. This is exactly what you can expect at Austria's Starkenberger Brewery Castle, where a hot beer-filled pool is waiting for guests to jump in. The 700-year-old castle is filled with 7 different pools where guests can just swim in beer and benefit from the healing properties of booze. With more than 42,000 pints poured over all these pools, there's a lot of calcium and vitamins that your skin can benefit from. I just encourage you to keep yourself from drinking that beer, because just imagine all the people that you shared that pool with. However, don't be dismayed, you can indeed order a drink and enjoy it while you swim. That's of course for those of legal age. Now it's time for the day's best pick. Say you live at the top of a building right in front of another high building. How would you get to the other side? You'd most likely have to go downstairs and cross a street, or you'd have to use a bridge and then bring yourself to the other side. But what if there was a pool that connects both buildings? And not just any pool, but a transparent pool in which you can swim from building to building without having to worry about stairs or bridges. Sounds a bit crazy, right? Number 2. Embassy Gardens, England. You've seen pools similar to this one in China and Texas, but none of those compare to what's coming to the Embassy Gardens in London. This multi-family building in London will allow its residents and visitors to swim 10 stories above the ground. I guess that's high enough to get a glimpse of some of London's impressive views, but if that's not enough, this pool is fully transparent. This allows you to see everything that's happening right below you as you do your laps. It's been reported that Arup, one of the largest engineering and design companies in the world, designed this pool with the hopes of resembling the looks of an aquarium. The pool is 5 meters wide and 3 meters deep, which gives people enough room to have a nice swim while absorbing some nice city views around, above, and even below the pool. Does swimming across the building sound scary to you? I guess many of us wonder what would happen if that glass were to break, but don't worry. The glass is 20 centimeters thick and it's been carefully designed to hold the weight of the water and the people who dare to come in for a swim.
I saved the best for last, but first, I have a quick challenge that takes only 5 seconds to complete. If you can leave a like and subscribe within the next 5 seconds, you'll get 10 years of amazing luck. Just try it, it really works.
Number 1. 180 at the Edge, Indonesia. The most unusual pool I have for you today is again in Bali, Indonesia. You can find it at the 180 Day Club, which is part of The Edge, a prestigious resort in the southernmost part of the island in an area called Uluwatu. The name of this resort, in fact, speaks a lot for what you can expect on a visit to the sky pool, as you'll literally be swimming over the edge of a cliff. And to make things more interesting, the bottom of the pool is made out of glass. Of course, there are certain rules to maintain. You cannot climb, sit, or stand on the glass edges of the pool. I guess that makes a lot of sense. It would be tragic to see a terrible accident happen in such a nice holiday spot after all. What's the craziest pool you've ever been to? Would you dare to go for a swim in any of these pools, or would you rather stick to your traditional neighborhood squared swimming pool? Let us know in the comment section below, and that's our video for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all next time. Later, everybody.